This episode of first season is about for example, the first part is very beautiful. It's really magnificent that we for the first time see this big Republic cruisers in an atmosphere, because usually we see them in space, in dark, secluded, calm space, and here we see a very big cruiser, alliance cruiser, in the atmosphere. And these graphics from this episode, from the first part of this episode, are really amazing. And we see that, I think, Clone Wars, I have never focused too much on the animations, but in this episode they are probably the best I have ever seen in Clone Wars. And generally Clone Wars as an animatic animatic TV show is of a good standard, very high quality. But in this episode, we also have a crash landing with Anakin, with hurt Anakin, Ahsoka, and another Jedi Master, and we see the specific planet where indigenous people don't want to engage in the war. They want to be neutral, and this planet is almost like a new world to the conquistadors. So it's only with a couple of native villages in a very simple or even primitive life forms, and primitive civilization. And Anakin is hurt, so these villagers didn't. They agreed to help him, but they did it in a not very convincing way, because they want to stay put, stay neutral, stay out of this horrible war. For the first time, we see here in Clone Wars the specifics of neutral systems. So the systems which didn't want to engage with this big galactic war between the empire, between the separatists and the Republic. But I would also say that this episode, and it will be continuation in the next episode, was rather dull and boring, and unfortunately sometimes. This is the common theme of Clone Wars episodes, that some of them are very interesting, but some of them are really boring to the point of dullness. And here we have also some lessons by this female Jedi Master, to Ahsoka, why Jedis cannot commit to the cause emotionally. And I didn't think it was convincing to the point that I was convinced, but we have some lore, some new lore in this episode. And of course, from our perspective, it's also interesting to see that Ahsoka is taking care of Anakin, that she is engaged in helping him, and that many times he saved her life, but in a couple of occasions she saved his life in this episode specifically. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this episode of Star Wars Clone Wars, and it is from the season 1.